welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. You know, we're just lumming myself in chair, just chilling out. We were thinking about yesterday, Brazil versus Germany was a bit unfair, a bit one-sided, so we thought to make it a bit more fair today. It's a bit of an England versus Italy game. Our car review features the Mini versus the
Fiat Panda.
The Fiat Panda. We're starting in here, bruh. Good old British blood.
I thought we'd start inside the new Mini because look at this interior. How cool is this?
It is. Come around and check here.
You've got like switches up here on the roof. I feel like a fighter pilot when I use those. And then look at your start button. I think we can get a close-up on that, or at least a picture of it. So if you put your foot on the brake,
alrighty,
and then flick that.
So you flick that down.
Hey.
That's pretty
cool.
neat. That's pretty sweet.
That's really cool. I really like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill it so that everyone can hear us. So inside here, they've completely reworked everything. One of my complaints about the last Mini was that it was a bit too plasticky, but they've improved the quality of all the surfaces. I really like it.
It feels a lot more solid, and I've been in a couple of Minis before. And, of course, control panel over here also sporting
I mean, so you've got your sat-nav and everything over here, so you flick through your audio options and flick through all of that. There's your menu. So this has all been redesigned, which I really like.
Nice.
That's really cool, hey? And then because it's a BMW, well, BMW owned, actually, you get lots of the bits and pieces from inside BMWs.
I was about to say that this whole control panel over here looks very, very much like the 2 Series I was driving a couple of weeks ago.
Exactly. Let me tell you all about its engine,
because
its engine is brand new as well. So under the bonnet of your Mini Cooper hatch is a 1.5-litre 3-cylinder turbo.
Wow.
Now, I know South Africans like big engines, so they're going to hear that and they're going to think, oh, I can't stand that. But 100 kilowatts, 220 newton meters, this thing is quick. And
as Mini does. It's staying true to the tradition of Mini.
Exactly. 0 to 100 in under 8 seconds. And the great thing is that as much as this car has grown up, and you can see if there was another Mini parked next to it, you would see that it's a bit fatter. It still handles like a go-kart. Minis still get that right. They really do. Beautiful. So cool little engine under here. The only issue is for me is that this car is now really quite expensive.
Hasn't that always been the case, though? Mini has always been in upper price ranges.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I call these handbag cars, right? because
put your Chihuahua in there too, if you will.
Because it's like a handbag you can drive around in, and also you'd probably spend a bit more on a handbag than you should because it looks so good and it's got so much character. So about 280,000 for one of these. This is the entry level, but this particular model that we just sat in now is spec to 360,000 rand, which is like Golf GTI territory.
There we go, but then as well you are getting all the bits and bobs, like you say, spec to specification.
Yeah, look, it's a well-spec car, and it is a quality product. It's just quite small.
All right.
Then talking of small cars...
this is England. Let's go over to the Italian side.
Let's go over to Italy, right.
Peter and his boys aren't looking too good in comparison, in my own personal opinion, though.
So, the Fiat Panda, right now, I'm not trying to set these two cars up as rivals, because this is about 150,000 rand. So it's less than half the price of the Mini. The cool thing about Fiat Pandas, right, I've actually got a cool story to tell you. Now, in Italy, the average age, apparently, that a man leaves his mom's house is 27. So when the Fiat Panda was first brought out, it was marketed as having seats that could fold flat and to be about the same size as a double bed. And they were very cheap. So I'll leave it to you as to work out why these cars were so popular in Italy. Unfortunately, things have moved on. It's changed. It's very standard in there compared to sort of the olden days of how seating arrangements used to be. But what I particularly like about this, and we've got loads of pictures of it for you, is the dashboard. Inside there, unfortunately, we can't really show you on camera, but inside the dashboard is so cool. It's so well designed. I really, really like it in there. Unfortunately, that color of seating...
We've got a picture of it on the screen for you at home to see.
That color of seating, don't go for that. Oh, my word.
I was going to say, it looks
so quickly.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's like trying to, match it up with like a white leather. Already here, you got some markings on it, but of course, if you're not too fussed about that.
You know what? I've been waiting to be joined by an Italian in the garage for a very long time, so I'm quite excited to drive this little Fiat Panda. It's got a 1.2-litre engine. It's not that powerful, I must be honest, but a lot of cars say that they can do a certain amount of fuel consumption, and then they just don't do it. This car is very, very close to what the manufacturer says it can. I'm averaging 6.4 litres to the 100 in here, which in our age of very expensive petrol, that's impressive.
Exactly what you want. So obviously the two cars are for very different markets, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I think this is, you know, you've just got that promotion and you really want to show people that you can afford
just
an
the
expensive
contract.
car. Exactly. And then this is just a very, very practical run around, but quite stylish as well. There's not much on the road that looks like this. And the thing about the Fiat Panda is it offers very decent interior space as well for this end of the market.
Indeed. So thank you very much as always.
Absolute
pleasure. If you were to score that in terms of World Cup fixtures, Fiat versus Mini, who would you say would have won that one?
I think the Fiat lost 2 players to red cards and then they lost 4-1.
Oh man, then Chiro bringing us the latest on the Hot Wheels on South African roads. Where can people follow you again if they want to keep up with the latest news?
Yes, of course. Connect with me on Twitter @ChiroDS.
There you go. Well, right now let's scoot on up backstairs and catch up with the latest news headlines.